Well, hello. I'm Erica Bruce, and this is Lifestyle Listed, a podcast I created for you and me to develop a relationship and discuss things about lifestyle. I am a realtor licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts, and many of my episodes will be real estate focused, but also other things business and lifestyle related. Listen up. I hope we have a wonderful time together today. Hey everyone, and welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've done a podcast episode. I have been doing episodes with my local community at Trestle Times. Please check them out. They're currently on YouTube. I am making this episode for the big news. New Hampshire House Bill 577. What you need to know about ADUs in 2025. So in case you weren't aware, part of the reason why the home prices have gone up is because there's a housing shortage. And to assist with that, New Hampshire has passed a bill actually forcing towns to follow certain regulations. And we're going to talk about that today. In the show notes, I will include a link to the actual House bill that was passed. To cover it, it modernizes zoning rules to make it easier for homeowners to add rental, or you call it in-law unit. I can't call it that, nor it should be called that because it's familial related. This also includes detached units on your property. So here's some key changes. Municipalities must now allow one ADU by right, either attached or detached, on any lot that allows single-family homes. So this only applies to lots that allow single-family homes. Or, in my thought, one already exists. Keep that in mind. So the ADUs used to require it to be attached to the house. No more. It includes the attached units, which are like inside or physically connected to the main home or in a pre-existing structure like a garage, and detached units, a whole separate building, backyard cottages, converted barns, etc. Sizing. The maximum size is 950 square feet. The town cannot make it any less. They can choose for it to be more. So when you're talking to your town about adopting this law, see if maybe they'll allow more. I think 1,100 square feet. That's me. But 950 is the maximum size. So it can't, and that's living space. It must be treated like a single family dwelling. So the towns must apply the same standards, setbacks, frontages, how much road length you have across the span of your house, parking, etc. They have to apply those same standards to the ADU that they would for a single family house. They cannot impose additional lot size, setback, frontage, design, or aesthetic requirements beyond those for single family homes. Now, if you live in an HOA or co-op, this may not apply to you, but you still might want to reach out to the town if you need, or even the co-op, and you need an exception. Not require more stringent septic systems than what is required by DES. So as long as you're able to provide water and sewer legally, of course, for that ADU, per DES, you're good. They can no longer limit the ADU to only one bedroom. Some towns have it limited to that. No longer can they do that. Let's be honest, in 950 square feet, we're talking 3 bedrooms and 3 small bedrooms at the most. They can no longer require a relationship between the ADU and the main home occupants. they shouldn't be able to require a familial relationship anyway, because it's one of the protected classes. They cannot deny separate electrical service or panel for the ADU. They are really trying hard here to make it so that towns cannot find a loophole, and I like that. They cannot owner from converting an existing structure, let's say it's like a detached garage, even if they violate current setbacks or lot coverage. So that's pretty good. I mean, the building's already there. What they can do, they can require a building permit, in towns that do building permits. They can apply aesthetic standards, but only if it's the same standard or the main home or the single family home that would be there. They can require one extra parking space for the ADU. I gotta be honest, in New Hampshire, when you have a dirt driveway, what is a parking space anyway? They can ban separating it into a condo conveyance without local approval. And they can prohibit more than one ADU per lot. Special notes: if a town has no ADU ordinance, one ADU is automatically allowed by right, no zoning approval required. ADUs may count as workforce housing if they meet the affordability criteria. And they can be built at the same time as a primary residence. So if you're building a multi-generational home and it's all attached and you haven't started yet, you may want to press the pause button and see how much it would be to have them detached. So closing thought is, this new law makes it easier for homeowners to build for multi-generational living, or you can generate rental income, or in a sense, the whole purpose is to provide affordable housing in your community while still preserving town control over basic safety and, in some cases, aesthetic standards. If you're a homeowner, local official, or planning board member, now is the time to review your town zoning code and get compliant by July 1st, 2025. So in the show notes, I'm going to be sharing with you the link to the page that goes over this, as well as the link to the document of the changes. I'm fairly certain my town has not changed them, so I will also be providing it to them, the town of Franklin. If you're a builder and you're looking for, more projects or new things to do, this is a good tool to have and to know. Even if a town's ordinance says otherwise, it means it hasn't been updated. Basically, the state has said, these are the rules. These are the things you're not allowed to change, no matter what. These are the things you have control over, so that towns can't try to avoid affordable housing. I'm pretty excited about this. And I'd love to know if you guys have any questions or anything. I am not a legal advisor, and you should be able to reach out to your town planning and zoning person and say, hey, I want to do an addition, but I don't want it to be considered an ADU. What do I need to do to make sure that doesn't happen? In my understanding, an ADU has to have sleeping, cooking and eating, and personal care areas. But definitely talk to your town about that if they have rules. Not all towns have rules. Have a great day, everyone. If you're a buyer and you're unrepresented, I have a buyer course coming up on the 26th from 10 to noon at the Better Homes and Gardens Massaello office, which is next to the state capitol of New Hampshire, 4 Park Street. And it's a great way for buyers to come and learn about the buying process. Currently, we're no longer allowed to show properties unless we have a contract signed with someone. And even as a consumer, I would be hesitant to sign a contract with someone before I got to meet them. So come on down. I will go over the steps with you. I will go over the general questions and what those look like. You'll be live. I hope to have an inspector there. I have information provided from a lender to give you a better idea about that process. I will have light refreshments. I will also put in the show notes the link to the Evite to that. So please join me. Even if you're just thinking about going and starting, this is the good place to start. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for being with me. I hope in your near future there's a happy adventure out there. Anything you need, lifestyle-listed.com. I hope to see you there. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Please keep in mind not all states have the same laws revolving sales of real estate. And if you want to send a referral, please send me a text or email 603-717-6237.